Hey guys, thanks for watching. Today's video is going to be a holiday makeup tutorial on this look here. It's definitely a dramatic look. Not really something I would wear every day. Usually always play up the eyes and then do a very nude lip. So I figured it's the holidays, I should do something different. So this would be perfect for like a holiday party or any sort of Christmas or holiday event. You could also definitely wear it for New Year's or really any special occasion. I'm using both high-end and drugstore makeup in this video. So I wanted to test out a couple of new products. I have been obsessed with the H&M eyeshadows. I do have a review for those, which I'll link below. So I did want to try one of the newer shades that I picked up. It's called Over the Moon. It is a crazy bold silver. I also wanted to try their eye color to go. So this is a cream eyeshadow stick, which I've never tried before. And I gotta say, I am so impressed. H&M, you did good. Also, the Ardency in Modster eyeliner. Honestly, I will admit that I purchased this because Jaclyn Hill raves about it and her makeup is always beautiful. So when she says she likes something, I'm like, I gotta have that. This is the creamiest, smoothest, blackest liner I have ever used in my waterline. It is so pigmented and so easy to apply. Another new product I'm trying is the Too Faced Melted Lipstick in the shade Melted Fig. Not a new product on the market, but it's new for me, so yes. Also, definitely make sure you check out my last video. It was a big video all about the best drugstore products, and I'm including a big giveaway, so you can enter that up until December 31st, 2015, and I'll be announcing the winner on January 1st, 2016. I'll include all the links below, as well as an entire list of what is on my face. So if you'd like to see how I created this makeup look, please keep watching. So starting off using the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye Contour Palette, just more kind of neutral transition shades, but I'm actually using a combination of both because one is very cool while the other is warm. So I'm going to be blending that into my crease and working that in the outer V of my crease there. Right over top of that, in the outermost corner, I'm taking more of a cool tone brown. And I'm using that on more of a precision crease brush because I really want that darker shade to be focused on the outermost corner. And I'm using the Morphe M507 brush. It's really nice and precise for blending in that crease. And I'm just continuing to build up that color, blend it out, and repeat. Then I like to take a Q-tip and clean up that corner. It just helps make it look a lot more professional and precise. Then I'm going in with the H&M Eye Color to Go. It is a cream eyeshadow stick and this is in the shade One Hit Wonder. It's a gorgeous silver. Blending it out with my finger. And then right over top of that, I'm going to be pressing the H&M eyeshadow in the shade Over the Moon right over top with my finger. Using your finger to apply this definitely gives you the most pigmentation. Then I'm just going back in with that cool tone brown from the Kat Von D palette. I'm going to take a very small amount of Shax, I believe, which is the black from the eyeshadow palette. Again, just a very, very soft amount, and I'm going to be slowly building this up in that outer crease to darken it. Then I'm going to be taking the Ardency in Modster eyeliner. This is just the black one, and I'm going to be using this to kind of map out the shape for my liquid liner. When you do a pencil first and then blend it out a little, it's a lot easier to trace over with your liquid liner. It makes the application so much easier. So I'm just using an angled brush just to kind of blend that out. Doesn't have to be perfect because, like I said, we are going to be tracing over top with a liquid liner. And for some reason, my lens decided to freak out. So I'm really sorry, it's kind of hard to see here, but I'm just starting at the wing with my Kat Von D liquid eyeliner and then bringing that line inwards. I like to do the wing first and then connect it with the inner and mid part of the lid. So it's definitely important to take your time with liquid liner because if you mess up, it can be very difficult to correct sometimes. And then I'm doing the same thing on the other eyelid here. Then I'm taking a little bit of that kind of cream white shade and I'm using that to highlight my brow bone. Then I'm going in with the Maybelline Pumped Up Colossal Mascara just to put a quick little coat before falsies. Then I'm going in again with that Ardency in eyeliner in my waterline and That was me being shocked at how amazing this pencil was. This was definitely the first time I've used it, and I'm so impressed. And then right after the liner, I popped some falsies on. For foundation, I'm going to be using the L'Oreal True Match and the True Match Lumi blended together. I really like the coverage and glow that it gives me when combined. Applying this first with the MAC 130 brush and then blending out with a Real Technique sponge. Even though I do have problem skin, I really don't like to feel like my foundation is too heavy. And because I have such textured skin, I like to work in smaller layers, slowly building up in the areas that I need it, just to prevent me from looking, you know, kind of like a cake face. Not that there's anything wrong with that, like, you do you. And I really like to use the flat end of that Real Technique sponge because it really pushes the product into the skin. So I like to start in the cheek area and then move towards the forehead and nose. Then I'm taking the NYX Wonder Stick for a little bit of a contour to my jaw, my cheeks, a little bit on the tip of my nose, and along the forehead just to give some dimension and warmth. And I'm spraying the Sigma Round Kabuki F82 with some MAC Fix Plus. This is really nice to blend out your contour because it softens it and blends it out really nicely. So I'm lightly blending that into the skin. I love contour, but I'm not super into the like intense Kim Kardashian contour. It just doesn't really look the best on my skin. So I prefer a little more subtle contour. And again, blending that out on my nose. Then I'm going in with the NYX Dark Circle Concealer, and as I've said before, I like to use this more as a color corrector. So this is shade number 3, which is very like salmon toned. I apply that first and then go right over top with the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer. I love this as an under eye concealer, especially if you are dry. It gives beautiful coverage, it really brightens, but it's not too heavy. So I'm applying this under my eyes, a little bit on my Cupid's bow, a tiny bit on the tip of my nose and around my mouth, just basically any areas where I tend to get discoloration. I like to let that sit for a couple of seconds before warming it into the skin with my fingers and finally blending it out with that sponge. And I really like to take that concealer along the edge of my eye makeup there. It really helps clean it up and further define it. I make the most disgusting faces when I'm doing makeup. I'm taking a tiny bit of the Maybelline Fit Me powder on this gigantic Tarte, I believe it's the airbrush foundation brush, and I'm just pressing that into my cheek area just to help set everything so that when I do put any blush or contour over top, it blends out a lot nicer. Then I'm taking the NYX Contour Palette and taking that second shade there on a Real Techniques brush. I'm just using this to lightly set my under eyes. Then I like to go in with the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette and gently sweep the first 2 shades just below my under eyes. This really helps bring some life and light back to my eye area. Then I'm going in with the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector. This is the liquid one and this is in the shade Opal. Then I'm mixing the middle 2 contour shades from that NYX Contour Palette on my favorite contour brush. This is the MAC 161 brush. It pretty much does all the work for you. It really hugs that cheekbone area and sculpts out your face so easily. And I like to bring this up towards the tip of my ear. Then taking the MAC 135 brush with the warmer tone shade from that NYX palette, I'm just sweeping this along my temples, along my cheekbone. This just adds some extra warmth and kind of helps blend out that contour. It's kind of like the transition shade, but for your cheeks. Then I just like to take that sponge and make sure everything is blended, it's not too harsh. I also like to sweep that below the contour. This is kind of a way to cheat the baking look. It basically just cleans up that line. Then I'm taking Pearl and Champagne Pop from the Becca Cosmetics and Jaclyn Hill palette. And this is a big Liz Wautier fan brush. I'm going to be using this to add some glow. And you got to take a moment to admire the highlight. Also taking a little bit of that on my Cupid's bow before I lightly contour my nose. Because my nose is still a little bit swollen and crooked from surgery, I'm not going to contour my whole nose, but mostly just the tip. Then I'm taking a little bit of Milani Luminoso blush. I can't actually remember which brush this was. This just came in the kit that I got from makeup school. But I'm just sweeping this along my cheekbone and towards the apples of my cheeks. And again, just kind of cleaning up that line. Then I'm going in with the same dark brown that we used in the Kat Von D palette before on an angled brush, and I'm just sweeping this on my lower lash line. Again, my camera just started freaking out. Sorry about that. Then I realized, oh, we're out of focus. There we go. Then I'm deepening it a little bit with some black, not too much, just mostly focusing the black on the outermost corner. And then I like to take the lighter brown shade, it's the one on the farthest left of the palette, and I just like to blend that out to kind of soften and diffuse the lower lash line. And then I'm taking a tiny bit of pearl and popping that on my inner corner and tear duct area. Popping on a quick coat of mascara on my lower lash line. This is the Benefit Roller Lash. I find it works really well on the lower lash line. For lip liner, I'm going to be using the Smashbox Always Sharp liner, and this is in the shade Figgy, I believe it's called, before going over top with the Too Faced Melted Lipstick in the shade Melted Fig. This liner's a little more red, while the Too Faced liquid lipstick is a little bit more purple, but blended together it gives you a really nice berry look. I'm just applying that right over top and then kind of blending the shades together. So that pretty much completes this look. Like I said, there's a ton of ways that you can customize this, whether you want to go softer on the liner with maybe like a pencil or a black eyeshadow instead, or if you'd prefer to go with a more like pinky nude lip, that would definitely look really good. And also thank you to everyone who has entered my giveaway already. Thanks for all your comments and support. It definitely makes me really happy that I'm doing this giveaway, and I cannot wait to announce the winner. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.